You guys, inappropriate. I think we're giggling because we're talking about dating and crushes.
Oh, actually, we're talking about what is the appropriate age to start dating, and like, when did you guys start dating?
I want my children to wait until they're 16 or 35.
I think everybody like went out with somebody before you were supposed to date, but my parents considered dating like anytime a boy picked me up and it was just us one-on-one going alone somewhere.
I had crushes and boys that I liked, but I couldn't go on my first official date until I was 16. What do you guys think? We're gonna go and find out what everybody else here thinks. Move over, Cassim.
Because we're the moms on the loose, baby.
Today we're out talking to people about dating.
What age do you think is appropriate age for kids to start dating?
I would say no younger than 16. 16.
I don't know. Gee whiz, 14. No, 16, I think, when they have their driver's license. And the worst that can happen is they drive themselves home.
Right.
16, but not before. I don't want to hear it. They can do what they want, but I don't want to hear it.
They can date, they just can't tell you about it.
Less than 16, I think you're still immature. And I would rather somebody be mature to be with someone else.
So I would say no earlier than 16, and even then it's kind of pushing it. Like I feel like the older I get, the more conservative I get about thinking about kids dating and stuff, because I think of how naive I was back then. But there's really, I don't know if there's like an appropriate time, because no matter what we think is best, like kids are going to start dating probably around middle school. There's just no stopping it.
I never control them. I just let them be who they are.
Okay.
And I let them have their own experiences.
I think that the most important thing is to see, how responsible your child is, and obviously like around the teenage, years. And I mean, I could see, teenagers dating at 13, really nice and innocent, going to a movie, chaperone, and then later on, but it depends on how responsible they are. If they show responsibility, they've got their grades in and everything's going smooth and taking care of everything, then, you give them the freedom, But obviously with freedom comes responsibility, so, that has to be taught.
I mean, nowadays, how can I say?
It's hard to know. I think kids are crazy no matter what.
They're not crazy. They are what they are now.
Right.
So they're okay. Just let them be safe and drive. Don't drink, and they'll be okay. One of these days they'll look back and say, "Boy, what my mother went through."
Would it be okay if someone in high school is dating someone out of high school?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, as long as they're mature, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if they date, it means they have something in common. They like each other. That's what counts.
Right.
Like, would that be okay with you if like your 13-year-old wanted to be alone with the other, the opposite sex? Would that be weird or?
I just wouldn't allow it, but I wouldn't tell them I wouldn't allow it. I would just make sure that they were busy all the time and I knew where they were. So if they were busy, they couldn't be doing anything on the side.
That's true.
Okay.
So what would you define a date as?
A date? I think anytime you're spending time with an individual and getting to know them and drawing closer, it certainly counts as a date.
Oh gosh, well, I remember being in high school and no one ever really dated, but they would do the thing where we'd all hang out at the same house and then the couples would sneak off and kind of do their own thing. And so I would consider it dating if it was a group thing, just because I really know what's going on.
Yeah, as a group, I think it's okay.
It's okay to go out as a group.
Yeah, I mean, if supervised.
I think with a big group, a variety of different people, especially if it's chaperoned by a parent or an adult, absolutely.
Yeah. What about you?
Chaperone, 16, and only with me, because I have a girl.
So when they're younger than 16 and like kids start pairing off, they start liking someone, they say, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." Do you consider that dating or?
Well, no, not really. Would they consider dating? I mean, they walk home from school, they could think it was a date. It's okay, just so they go by your rules, and you have to trust them a little bit.
How old were you when you had your first kiss? Was it before your parents allowed you to date, or was it after?
No, before. I don't know, like 14, but it was just a case like, yeah, let's do it.
And did you set rules for your kids when they were dating?
Well, they were really never a problem.
Well, definitely dress appropriate. Okay, Mom would say, take off those shorts. You're not going out with that. Take off that dress, and usually, you know, they would want to meet, you know, the person.
So, what advice would you give parents who have children that want to date and they're
that they need to communicate. They need to communicate, and they need to watch that boy. And they need to watch the girl, because there have been some crazy women in my son's life, okay?
And what age did you start dating?
16.
You know, I was never really good at dating. But it was definitely older, you know, like serious dating, like when I was in college.
I was dating like at 18 or something, and they were careful and
freaking out.
Yeah.
Even if you're dating since 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I was a late bloomer. Oh my, yeah. No,
That's a good thing.
No, you have to think. You're thinking like 1945. Mm-hmm. That was long ago.
That was days ago.
Yeah, I mean the movie was only 10 cents or 12 cents to get into the movie.
I was a late bloomer, and so I wanted to start dating boys when I was probably 13, and I didn't actually have a first boyfriend until I was 17.
Honestly, my first official date must have been like around 16.
I was 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Did your parents put any rules on your dating?
Oh, it was absolutely forbidden.
Mom, if you're watching.
Oh, no.
Rule breaker.